Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode number 42 of the UTR Pro Tennis Tour podcast. My name is James Mackay. I'm the Director of Player and Collegiate Development at UTR Sports. As you know, the UTR Pro Tennis Tour is the go-to tour for rising tennis professionals across the world. Guaranteed matches, guaranteed prize money. Next on the show, I'm bringing you today the newest employee of UTR Sports. He is 1 month into the job, and his name is Matt Frost. Matt, welcome on.
Thank you, James. You good?
I'm doing great, thank you. I would love to see a bit more sunshine and warmth outside, but unfortunately, it's just a tough time of year. So we will be getting there very soon. Matt, I wanted to ask you. You are a former college coach like myself.
Mm-hmm.
My first question to you is: why did you decide to leave college coaching and join UTR?
So firstly, thank you for having me. Excited to be with UTR and on the podcast. Big reason is I believe in what UTR is doing. That's the huge reason. I mean, what they're doing to help college tennis, what they're doing to help professionals is incredible. So why would you not want to join something that's growing, it's fun, it's exciting? So really simply, it's been a great change of pace for me, and I'm enjoying my first month in the role. I am specifically joining to really help with the expansion at Newport Beach and really help with the tour there and get on site as much as I can. And then also college tennis, obviously something that we both know really well. So that's my two main roles, which is fun, exciting for me, and why I've joined the team.
Love it. Just so everyone knows, Matt has joined the PTT team. The best part so far, working with him for 1 month, is I asked for his sizing for clothes, for gears with our partner Fabletics, and he asked for a medium shirt and a small pants. And I said to myself, that must be a typo, but it ended up not being a typo, and I absolutely love it. Matt, before we get into the actual really fun part here, and that is national indoors on the women's side, and we're going to make our picks. Tell us, what exactly is going on at Newport Beach this year with UTR?
So, yes, great question. Huge expansion. So Newport Beach, we are now running 30 dual gender events throughout the year. So unbelievable opportunity to compete, play tennis, and improve as a player, but also bank some money and make tennis, actually doable in the world that we live in. And just to break that down, that's over 1.2 million in prize money.
Wow.
That, big number, that's great. But just to break this down, so, it makes sense for people. I'm a college coach and I take one player to play, let's say 6 events. They win 2, come runner up in 1, make 2 semifinals and come 5th. Okay. They would bank $12,950 from just those 6 events.
Wow.
So, really want to, bring the word out to college coaches, aspiring professional tennis players, like, use this as a way to fund your tennis, but also college coaches to recruit. That's a game changer if you can get your players to Newport and play during the fall, summer, and in the spring where it helps you. And then just another thing that blows my mind, I could place 3rd place in my group and go to 10 events during the year. So be completely bang average, which is probably where I would sit. And in those 10 events, I can make $7,500 from coming 3rd in my group and losing my playoff. That's just in 10 events. So the opportunity and the access is incredible. If I was 10 years younger and not graduating from Drake, and I was graduating from there in 2025, not 2015, I'd be finding a connection in Newport Beach. How can I get there? How can I play as much as possible?
Yeah, look, coaches, I think the advice is, I understand maybe some of your top players aren't motivated, and that's okay. But for those that are truly needing to develop, I think you're doing them a disservice if you don't allow them to play these events and incorporate them into your schedule. I have to say as well, like, just from being a former college coach, a lot of players are asking about money and this and, how much can I make? And I think one thing to remember is always show them our tour card, our bonus payments at the end of the year. All top 100 players are going to be rewarded. First place will make $8,000 in a bonus payment, and 100th place will make $400 in a bonus payment. So that doesn't include prize money. That doesn't include free gear. That doesn't include savings on hotels globally. It doesn't include, getting $500 for playing 4 PTTs. Like, just incorporate it into your schedule. And I think one of the best places that you can do that is at Newport Beach. And one of the best things about it is you get to work with Matt. So no brainer.
Also, James, like one thing that, as a college coach, you hear all the time from ex-players that now are on tour, right? What's the difference? Well, we're not just showing up for 2 big conference matches at the weekend. We're having to grind week in, week out and be ready to play matches day after day, right? Of an intense level. The PTTs do that. You get to compete for at least guaranteed 5 matches for a week, play 2 weeks in a row and actually build that so you're ready to go pro. As opposed to rocking up, losing qualies and just training all week and waiting. Like, you actually, while you're in college, can prepare yourself mentally and physically to be ready to play pro tennis. So there's also money, but you're also actually putting in the work to be ready to.
Agree. Right. That's enough of that.
Yeah.
Let's get into the thick of it, shall we? Let's make our selections. We're going to agree, maybe disagree here. National Indoors is this weekend for the women. 8 teams will compete at Northwestern and 8 teams will compete at Illinois. Absolutely stacked. The women's draw is so stacked. The level of player is so high. I just think, we're going to make our picks, but really anything could happen here. So the first thing I'll say is, whatever you do, find a way to get on the bus with at least 1 win. It can be very low. It can be very tough to leave going 0-3, but the level of the tournament is extremely high. Good luck to all teams. Thank you especially to our great partners of UTR. Thank you for working for us. We will be watching all weekend, and good luck to all of you. Let's start off at Illinois, the Illinois host region. Just briefly, there are 4 SEC programs, 2 ACC programs, and 2 programs in the Big Ten. UNC versus Illinois. Matt, give me your prediction and any thoughts you have.
I think UNC are going to come through this one. Sorry, Illinois, but UNC are going to come through. They've started sharp. They've had some big wins. Georgia already, and NC State already with a big clinch of the week last week. So for that one, UNC and Power 6, UNC are better, and I think Illinois' number 1 on UTR would be roughly playing 5 or 6 for UNC. So just depth alone there, can't see past UNC.
I have to give a shout out to a great friend, colleague, Evan Clark. He uploads videos and things on his Instagram of him. He's an unbelievable runner. I don't know if anyone knows this, but he loves to run, and he goes in like these trails in the woods through the back in, remote Illinois. And I absolutely love it. So Evan, keep doing what you're doing. Unfortunately, you haven't motivated me to start doing it myself, but hopefully one day you can. Yes, I'm going to agree with you. I will take UNC to win that match. I think they're looking very strong. Obviously, they had 2 great wins over Georgia and NC State. well done to UNC also for Clinch of the Week, to Reese, who also applied for the Herd Award. So all the best to you, Reese. Let's move on. Duke versus Ohio State. What you got, Matt?
Man, this is a battle. There's 0.01 in their Power 6 between them. I mean, this is a dream first-round matchup for people to go watch. Duke come off the back of beating Michigan in Michigan, I believe. No, that was Vandy. Scrap that. But on this one, I've gone Ohio State. Only thing I've got is they're in their Big Ten friend's house, and so they're comfortable. And I've gone Ohio State, but this is going to be a battle.
Yep, I agree with you. It's a 4-3. I'm going to agree with you as well. I will take Ohio State. Big shout out to Melissa Schaub, great friend, worked with Ty at Tennessee many years ago, her brother. So Ohio State, I'm taking 4-3. Sorry about that, Daniel, but that is just what I'm going to go with. Absolute war. Good point on the on playing at Illinois in a familiar place. So good match there. Texas A&M versus Vandy. What you got?
This one I was tossing and turning. I'm going to go A&M. Based off the depth in the UTR down low, I think that's where this match could be won or lost. But Vandy did in the kickoff weekend take down Michigan, but I think A&M. I think they're going to be too deep down low, so I've gone A&M.
A&M have recently signed a very good player. She was a high of 300 in the world. I don't know if she's playing or not. I understand that, good coaches find a way to incorporate professional tennis into their schedule. I don't know if she's playing, but I'm also going to agree with you. I will take A&M. But that being said, I want to say something about Vandy. PTT is coming there soon, but also something's going on there, right? That athletic department is doing an unbelievable job. They're building a brand new $9 million facility outdoors. It's obviously in one of the greatest places in the U.S. in Nashville. So big shout out to Vanderbilt. They're doing a great job. They obviously got out of their region and have qualified for national indoors. So I think they're going to have a great season. I will take A&M. I think I'm going to take them 4-2. Moving on, Oklahoma and Texas.
Good battle. I'm going with OU. Texas had a tough loss to Pepperdine earlier in the season. And I've just gone OU just because I think both very similar in UTRs. Texas have an extra 11 at the top of the lineup. I think OU's depth, and also they've added a new player this spring, and I think that might be like a spur them on, and I think they take down rivals Texas.
Interesting. I'm going to be the first disagreement here between Matt and I. I will take Texas. I think 7 seed is incredible. I think they have a very good team. Power 6 of 64.55. Another 4-2, 4-3 match. So that's what I'm going to take. So that is our bracket done on that side for now. Let's move across to Northwestern. Just to summarize, again, you have 4 SEC programs. That is a total of 8. People think I'm a SEC guy. I'm really not. I just state facts. And in this tournament, we have 8 SEC programs in the draw. 2 ACC on this side, 1 Big Ten, and 1 Big 12. Interesting fact here on this side is the top 4 Power 6s are all on the same side, with Auburn being 1, Georgia being 2, LSU being 3, and Oklahoma State being 4. Just unbelievable level of tennis going on in Chicago this weekend. I was actually, true story, I was going to get in the car and drive and watch, but it's my daughter's 5th birthday, so I will not be doing that. So good luck to all the teams. Matt, Auburn, Northwestern, what do you see here?
Yeah, it's kind of like the first match of the last side of the bracket. I can't see past Auburn. Can't see past it.
Okay, sounds good. Very direct, to the point, blunt from Matt there. Absolutely love it. Big shout out to Northwestern. We will hopefully be coming their way in the fall of this year. Really excited to work with the Northwestern coaching staff. Auburn, tremendous team. We will also be coming there this summer. I think Jordan's done a great job of obviously building a tremendous program. They are currently the number 1 team by UTR with a 66.46 Power 6. I do see Auburn coming through that match as well. Moving on, Oklahoma State versus NC State. What do we have?
Okay, so this is where I guess if you're going to call it, it's 4v5, but I'm going to go NC State as kind of like an upset alert. Just Oak State haven't played much, and they forfeited against Auburn. I just don't know enough. Obviously, their Power 6 is incredibly strong. I think NC State have looked sharp at the start of the season. They're ready. They've come through. They're already battle tested. Now, if Oak State get through this match, then I think it's a battle with Auburn next round. But I see this as an NC State upset.
Second disagreement. I'm going to take the Cowgirls. I think they were battling some sickness last weekend, and I think they are ready. They have an unbelievable team. And I think it's going to be a great match, but I'm going to take Oklahoma State to advance. Tennessee and LSU. Matt, what do you have?
Battle, obviously, Tennessee, huge recruit incoming in Katrina Scott. That's going to big them up. And also theirs was like the epic comeback to make it, right? They're on a high, Tennessee. LSU have 3 11s in their lineup and the 2 best UTR college tennis players in the rankings. But I think both teams could have potentially 1 player missing. Depends how they do at an event this week. But I'm taking LSU to get through this one.
LSU to come through. Now, this is a big one, and I'll tell you why this is a big one. Is Martin Prata was the assistant coach for the men at LSU. And now he's the assistant coach for the women at Tennessee. And he is facing off against the former school that he worked for. And I think it's great. I think something to note here again is LSU women have 2 players right now inside the top 200 WTA. I don't actually think that enough is spoken about that in terms of, in general, the strength of college tennis. But to have 2 players in your lineup that are top 200 that just played Aussie Open qualies, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. And to see them come back and play for the team this spring is also pretty cool. So kudos to Taylor, head coach, of having those girls compete this spring. I will agree with you. I'm going to take LSU. I think it's going to be a great match, a close match. Yes, Tennessee have just added Katrina Scott. I really hope to watch her this weekend. She's going to be a tremendous player, but I will take LSU to advance. Moving on, Georgia and Virginia. Who do we have?
I've got Georgia, defending champs, and I just believe that the depth that they have at the bottom of their roster is impressive. They're going to have a 10-7 at 6. And I think that's just going to be too much for Virginia to handle down low.
Got it. I will agree. I'm going to take Georgia. Big shout out to Virginia. Actually, they are now hosting camps with UTR. Virginia, appreciate you doing that. Great idea. It's over the weekend. They're off that weekend, and they're going to generate thousands of dollars for the program, for the coaches, and engage their local community. So if you have any questions about that, please reach out. Georgia, great team. Also, big shout out to them. You will find out here soon. But they have a 65.45 Power 6. I do think they went to UNC and they lost that one on the road. But I also think that, I could be wrong here, but I think that, their kickoff weekend got canceled. So they've actually only played 2 matches before that weekend. And like you know, I mean, you need these matches to be ready. So I think Georgia's going to be ready, and I have them to advance. So going back to the other region, going back to Illinois, we both have UNC versus Ohio State. Matt, who do you have?
I have UNC. And I think that's a great point you make. There's some teams with the weather that came. Some teams have played a lot more than others, which is making these predictions. Like some teams are more battle tested than others, and as we know, the level's so high, UTRs are so close. Like it's exciting. It's going to be a fun watch. But no, I have UNC. I think they, out of the teams that have got to play, they've had some tough matches and they've come through, and I am putting them to go through to the next round.
Me too. I'm taking UNC. It'll be a great match. I was fortunate enough to go to the UNC men's PTT in January and was extremely impressed with Brian and his setup of the program. Very professional. You know, everyone was on the same page, and it was great to see that. Just in my role now, I've learned a lot about on the women's side as well. So I'm going to take UNC to advance. A&M versus, you had Oklahoma. What do you have?
I have A&M advancing over Oklahoma.
I took Texas, so I'm going to say A&M versus Texas. I am going to agree with you. UNC versus Texas, A&M in that semifinal. We are in agreement. Going back to Northwestern, we have Auburn versus, you had NC State. What do you think?
Auburn getting it done. They're tough. They're ready. Auburn takes down NC State.
I'm going to agree, Auburn, but to beat Oklahoma State. So they are going to advance. We are in agreement with LSU versus Georgia. Who do you have?
I have Georgia, just. I believe the experience, if they get through the match against Virginia, they're going to be building, like we said. They haven't had the matches. I think they get it done against LSU, but that is going to be one big fight, and also just builds that rivalry for SEC season.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right. I'm going to disagree with you. I'm going to take LSU to advance purely because of those top two players. I have a good relationship with Mr. Chris Simpson down there at LSU. Chris and I worked in the same office for 2 years at the Tulane Green Wave. He was coaching the women and I was coaching the men. Big shout out to the Tulane Green Wave. But I'm going to take LSU. I think they have a great team, and who knows, maybe it could be their year. So we are completely agreeing here, Matt. By the way, this was not planned whatsoever, but we both have UNC versus A&M and Auburn versus, no, sorry. I have LSU and you have Georgia. So yes. UNC versus A&M, who have you got?
I have gone UNC.
Agree. UNC to advance to the final. To play against?
Auburn.
I'm going to take Auburn as well. Auburn and UNC to advance. Who's your winner, Matt?
I have gone with Auburn.
I've gone with UNC. So there we go. That is a wrap. James is taking UNC to win. Matt is taking Auburn to win. Just to summarize here, again, to all our partners, thank you for working with us. We truly appreciate your relationship. So thank you for everything you're doing. Matt, it's great to have you on board at UTR. I'm looking forward to working with you for many years to come. And if anyone has any questions about the Pro Tennis Tour or scheduling requests, please reach out as soon as possible. We are actively scheduling right now for the fall and even early of the spring in 27. So reach out. If you have any further questions about Newport Beach, reach out to Matt. That is his area. We really want to help your players not only improve, but also put money into their pockets. So thank you, everyone. Matt, really appreciate your time. I'll see you in a meeting here in about an hour. And thanks again.
My pleasure. Thank you.